Indian economic updates. The Reserve Bank of India purchased approximately 9 tons of gold from March to May 2024. Gold accounted for 69% of the RBI's reserve accumulation in the April to June quarter, driven by purchases and valuation gains from rising prices. In the June quarter, the RBI added $5.6 billion in gold, with foreign currency assets increasing by $1.9 billion and reserve gold value by $3.8 billion. As of 28 June, India's foreign currency reserves stood at $652 billion. The RBI's strategy to diversify its foreign currency assets aims to hedge against inflation and currency risks. The RBI has accelerated gold accumulation post-COVID and geopolitical tensions. The government has reopened applications for the production-linked incentive scheme aimed at white goods such as air conditioners and LED lights, extending the window for 90 days. This decision follows an industry assessment to spur additional investments, capitalizing on a growing market and boosting local manufacturing of crucial components for air conditioners and LED. Leading manufacturers like Tata-owned Voltas, Daikin, Blue Star, and Dixon Technologies are considering new applications under the PLI scheme, which has a budget of 6,238 crore rupees over 7 years until FY29. Eligible applicants, including existing beneficiaries looking to expand into higher investment categories, can apply until 12 October 2024. Global capability centers have become the top hirers of technology talent, surpassing IT services companies for the first time in Q1 FY25. GCC hiring demand surged 46% year-on-year, highlighting their growing role in India's $250 billion software services sector. GCCs accounted for over 60% of market demand, outpacing IT firms significantly. By FY24, GCCs hired 60,000 tech professionals compared to IT firms' 50,000. India hosts around 1,600 GCCs employing over 1.66 million people, expected to rise to 2,400 GCCs with $110 billion in revenue and 4.5 million employees by 2030. GCCs offer salaries 30 to 40% higher than IT firms, attracting senior talent. Mobile phone retailers are urging the discontinuation of popular financing schemes allowing zero-down payment purchases, citing 10 to 12% of such transactions as fraudulent. These scams result in financial losses for retailers, drive grey market activities, and prompt lenders to blacklist stores. They also advocate for strict measures like open box deliveries with documented handset transfers and biometric verification during loan processing to deter misuse. Financing plans, notably used for high-end smartphones where 1 in 3 purchases in 2023 involved monthly installments, are exploited for cash acquisition and fraud. Retailers specifically flag a 24-month, zero-down payment scheme for iPhones as vulnerable to exploitation by individuals seeking lower interest rates through an NBFC facilitating phone purchases.